Hello everybody and welcome to the Quilter's Apothecary. Today I want to talk a little bit about cleaning and polishing your rails, which I think is really important to keep your machine moving nice and smooth across your table. So we're going to start with our rail system, and typically it's the same process no matter what type of rail system you have. Here we have the groove with the vertical wheel systems. This is on an A1 quilting machine table. So I want to start with cleaning the rails. I like to use a nice soft bristle brush, the same type that I would use to clean out my bobbin case. In fact, this is the same one I use to clean out my bobbin case. And I go into the grooves. I do this about once a week, and I get right in there and I clean everything in the groove on the back rail, on the front rail. Also, I'm going to do this on both of my rails on my carriage that my head travels on, because you want to make sure to get both your table and your carriage. Okay, now you've brushed all your rails, or you've wiped them with a nice soft cloth. The next thing I want to do is use Expo whiteboard care. What we used to use for years is the isopropyl alcohol. And actually I prefer the whiteboard cleaner. It's a solvent remover, and it actually removes a lot more of the stuff on your rails and doesn't cause so much carbon buildup. So I spray that on a cloth. I'm not shy about how much I use, and I go right on the rail that the wheel is going to travel on. So I know that with my wheel system, the wheel is going to rest right on this V groove. And so right at the tip and down in just a little ways, I want to clean all of the thread puke and the oil residue. A lot of things can get in our rails. If you have pets, pet hair, and on a lot of the machines, the way the wheels are set up, any small thing can feel like you're running over a cat. So you want to make sure to clean this real good, and you're going to clean your front rail, your back rail, as well as both rails on your carriage. So that's going to be the next step. Okay, now that we've cleaned our rails with the Expo cleaner, the next thing I want to do is clean my wheels. And again, I still use the Expo. I have some Q-tips that I keep on my machine table. I just open up the Expo, get some of the fluid on the Q-tip. I go right over to the wheel, and I just go right into the groove and saturate it to get, again, all of that thread puke and stuff that builds up in the grooves of your wheels. And then I use the dry end to dry it off, and I do this with all four wheels. If you have a machine that has aluminum rails, you're going to find that your Q-tips are going to be black for about 2 or 3 Q-tips if you haven't cleaned your wheels in a while. So you want to use as many Q-tips as it takes to get a nice clean Q-tip on each wheel. And again, that's however many wheels are on your carriage for the table, and also however many wheels are on your head for the carriage. So you do all your wheels. Okay, now you've cleaned your rails with the brush, and then you have cleaned them with the Expo whiteboard care cleaner. The next thing I like to do with my rails, and frankly this is no matter what machine I'm working on, I like to use the Renaissance wax polish, and it's available from Quilter's Apothecary, but also it's a product that we get from England, and it's actually the best product that I've used for my rails in years. So what I do is I open it up, and it's a wax polish type of stuff. It does not leave a residue. I take just a little bit out. This can should last, frankly, your whole life. And you just put a little bit on a cloth, and I use muslin, and then I go over my rails and I polish them. And I polish. This isn't like the old car waxes that we used to use on our rails. There's a little bit too much of an abrasive in car wax, oddly enough. So I prefer to use this because it's a nice polish. They use it on silver, they use it on wood. Fine woodworkers use this, plastic. This product is also one of my favorite things to use to polish my featherweight sewing machine, as well as any of the cast type of machines that aren't plastic. It's a great product to use. And I'm going to polish all 4 rails. front, back, as well as the rails on your carriage. Here I'm polishing my carriage rails. And the one thing to remember is I'm not polishing my wheels. I'm just polishing the rails themselves. I only clean my wheels. Now I'll use the Renaissance as well because I have a cast head to polish my head. I've cleaned it off, but I want to have my machine looking nice once in a while. I'm not as good at this as I should. Don't do it as often as I should. So because we have the camera out, I might as well show you how I use it as well. Again, you can use this for your featherweight, and I do like it for the featherweight. I found it's the best thing to keep your featherweight looking like brand new and vintage. Okay, so that's our tutorial for taking care of your rail system and your wheels. Why do we do that? Because we want to make sure our machine ice skates. There's enough problems in life without hurting our back with a machine we have to push around like a wheelbarrow full of dirt. And again, I use that same routine for any brand of machine out there. I do it about once a week. That way, again, it keeps my machine moving smooth. That is a priority to me. It makes my quilting look great, and it helps my back. So have a great day, and we'll see you down the road.